Step 1957. Liberty Wheat Penny, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, often colloquially referred to as the Liberty Penny due to the prominent inscription, represents one of the final years of the iconic wheat ears reverse design, which ran from 1909 to 1958. This small copper coin not only served as common currency for Americans in the mid-20th century, but also became a collectible item thanks to its iconic design and rich historical significance. Portrait features a right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust." Along the top rim, "Liberty." To the left of Lincoln, 1957. To the right of Lincoln, indicating the year of minting. Mint mark. Below the year, if applicable, D for Denver, no mark for Philadelphia. Design: two stylized wheat stalks curve along the left and right rims representing prosperity and agriculture. Inscriptions: 1 cent, centered, United States of America. Beneath the denomination, E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one along the top. In 1957, Lincoln wheat pennies were struck at 2 U.S. mints. No mint mark on the coin. Mintage: approximately 282,540,000 coins. Denver mint mark D appears beneath the date. Mintage: approximately 1,051,342,000 coins. Thus, over 1.3 billion wheat pennies were minted in 1957, making them quite common in circulated condition. The 1957 wheat penny was produced during a time of economic growth and cultural transformation in the United States. President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Cold War tensions. The U.S. was entrenched in a geopolitical and ideological rivalry with the Soviet Union, civil rights movement, beginnings of significant social change including school desegregation, technology and space. The Soviet launch of Sputnik 1 later that year would spark the space race. Everyday life. The penny was widely used for purchasing small goods like candy, postage stamps, 3C, or newspapers, 510Cs. These coins saw everyday use, leading to varying degrees of wear. Appearance. May have scratches, discoloration, and worn design details. Grades. Typically range from good, G4, to extremely fine, EF40, on the Sheldon coin grading scale. Value: usually 0.05 to 0.25 unless in exceptional condition. Coins that were never used in commerce and retained their original luster. Grades: MS60 to MS70, mint state, red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. Color designations affect value. Mint state 65 RD. A typical high-grade example valued between $5 to $20. Exceptional MS67 RD coins, especially those graded by PCGS or NGC, can fetch $100 or more, depending on market demand and eye appeal. Although 1957 pennies are not rare, they hold special appeal to new coin collectors due to affordability, historical enthusiasts for their Cold War-era context, set builders completing Lincoln wheat cent collections, 1909-1958, mint mark, Denver vs. Philadelphia. Original color, red coins are most valuable. Luster and strike quality. Third-party certification, e.g., PCGS, NGC. Liberty confusion. Some people call these Liberty pennies, but Liberty appears on all modern U.S. coins as part of the national motto tradition, not unique to the wheat cent. Transition. Just 1 year later in 1959, the reverse design changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1957 Liberty Wheat Penny is a beloved piece of American numismatic history, rich in symbolism, historic relevance, and collectible potential. While it may not fetch high prices in circulated condition, uncirculated specimens, particularly those with strong red coloration and sharp strikes, are sought after by collectors worldwide. Whether found in an old coin jar, inherited from a relative, or purchased as part of a Lincoln cent collection, The 1957 penny is a small but enduring artifact of mid-century America. Would you like me to help you determine the grade of your specific 1957 penny based on a photo, or create a collector's checklist for Lincoln cents? 1956 Liberty Wheat Penny, 1956 Lincoln Wheat Cent. Official name, Lincoln Wheat Cent or Lincoln Wheat Penny. Year, 1956 Mint. Marks Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D. Designer, Victor David Brenner. Composition, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc weight, 311 grams diameter, 1905 Medj. Plain. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It marked a turning point in U.S. coinage as it was the first circulating coin to feature a real person, rather than a symbolic representation of liberty. By 1956, the Lincoln cent had been in circulation for 47 years. The year marked one of the final issues of the wheat ear reverse design, which would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Celebrating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, produced the bulk of general circulation coins. Denver Mint, D mint mark, supported mass production, particularly for Western and Midwestern distribution. No 1956 pennies were minted in San Francisco, as the San Francisco Mint ceased producing cents in the early 1950s for general circulation. Mint mark mintage Philadelphia. No mint mark 4E20, 745,000, Denver D1098,201 100. With over 1.5 billion total coins minted, the 1956 penny is not rare in general. However, condition and errors significantly affect its numismatic value. Portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Designer, Victor David Brenner. Inscriptions, In God We Trust, Liberty, and the year 1956. Mint mark under the year. If from Denver, D. Two wheat ears flanking the phrases 1 cent and United States of America, e pluribus unum at the top. This iconic reverse was used from 1909 to 1958. Found widely in change throughout the 1950s, 1970s, by the 1980s, most were pulled from active use by collectors. Common in good to fine grades today. Value, typically 1 to 10 cents in circulated condition depending on wear-worn Lincoln details, especially hair and cheekbone flattened wheat stalks on the reverse dull, or brown toning due to oxidation, MS60, MS63. Entry-level uncirculated. May have bag marks or toning, MS64, MS65. Sharper details, minimal flaws, often red or red-brown in color, MS66 plus and above. Premium collector coins, virtually flawless RD, red. Brilliant copper color, highest val RB, red-brown. Mix of original red and aged brown BN, brown. Fully toned brown. Least valuable of uncirculated coins grade Philadelphia, no mark Denver, DMS 60, 002050, 150 bar 50, 150 MS 65, RD5 DAR, $15.06, 18 MS 67, R50, 150 pi 60, 200 plus. Note, prices vary by color and market demand. Certified coins from NGC or PCGS often fetch higher prices. Though the 1956 wheat penny is not widely known for dramatic errors, collectors do value certain varieties. Double die obverse, DDO, rare and collectible, with doubled text on Liberty, or In God We Trust repunched mint marks, RPM. Most common on 1956 D, where the D is struck more than once. Off-center strikes and die cracks also add modest premiums. In the 1950s, pennies were integral to daily commerce. A single cent could buy a gumball, a newspaper, or a telephone call. Wheat pennies, including the 1956 issue, circulated nationwide, from big cities like New York and Chicago to rural farming towns. By the late 1960s and 70s, the wheat cent began vanishing from general circulation as collectors started hoarding older copper coins. This was especially true after the 1982 composition change from copper to copper-plated zinc, making pre-1982 cents, including 1956, more desirable. The 1956 wheat penny remains a popular starter coin for young collectors. It holds sentimental and historical value as part of mid-century Americana. Though not rare in general, high-grade and error varieties are actively pursued by advanced numismatists. Feature details: year 1956 mint marks. No mint mark, Philadelphia. D. Denver. Total mintage over 1.5 billion. Designer Victor. D. Brenner reverse, type wheat ears. Last used in 1958. Circulated value 1 to 10 cents. Uncirculated value up to 200 plus. For MS67 RD common. Varieties: DDO, RPM, color classifications. RD, RB, BN composition. 5% copper status, widely collected. Not rare in general. If you'd like a visual identification guide, error chart, or authentic. 1951 Liberty Wheat Penny. The 1951 Liberty Wheat Penny, officially called the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent, is a small copper coin that reflects both the history and the economic atmosphere of post-World War II America. Bearing the portrait of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, on its obverse front, and the distinctive wheat ears design on its reverse, the 1951 penny remains a treasured piece for collectors, historians, and numismatists alike. The year 1951 was a time of economic transition in the United States. The nation had emerged from the Great Depression and the Second World War, entering a period of economic boom. The Cold War was intensifying, and America was engaged in the Korean War. The country was investing heavily in industrialization, infrastructure, and defense. In this environment, coinage played an essential role in commerce and trade. The humble penny was still very much a part of daily financial transactions, used in everything from postage stamps to basic consumer goods. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent was produced at 3 United States mint facilities, mintage, approx. 284,576,000 location, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, mintage, approx. 625,355,000 location, Denver, Colorado, mintage, approx. 136,010,000 location, San Francisco, California. Each of these mints contributed to producing billions of cents during the early 1950s to meet the needs of a growing and rapidly modernizing economy. Portrait: Abraham Lincoln, facing right. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Inscriptions: In God We Trust at the top. Liberty on the left. The date 1951 on the right with a mint mark, D or S, beneath the date, if not from Philadelphia. Design: 2 stalks of wheat curving along the sides, the reason for the term wheat penny. 1 cent at center. United States of America beneath. A pluribus unum above. The reverse was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design, making the wheat reverse coins a distinct and collectible group. Material: 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05. Medium edge: plain. This composition remained standard until 1982, when the mint transitioned to a predominantly zinc-based penny due to rising copper costs. In 1951, the penny was still a functional unit of currency. It had a decent purchasing power. A penny could buy a stick of gum, contribute to a soda purchase, or pay part of a phone call. The large mintage numbers reflect the coin's heavy use in everyday commerce. Pennies like the 1951 edition circulated freely for decades. However, as time passed and newer designs replaced the wheat cent, older coins gradually left circulation, making them rarer today, especially in high grades. Coins in circulated condition show varying degrees of wear. Collectors typically classify them as good, G, major details worn flat, lettering still visible. Very good, VG. Some detail remains, but still heavily worn. Fine, F, to very fine, VF. Moderate wear, some design features visible. Extremely fine, EF, XF. Light wear with sharp detail about uncirculated, AU. Minimal wear, almost new appearance. In these grades, 1951 pennies usually sell for a few cents to a few dollars, depending on the mint mark and overall eye appeal. Coins in uncirculated, mint state condition are graded from MS60 to MS70. Key features: no wear. From circulation, sharp details. Luster is intact. These coins are prized by collectors, especially when they are well-struck, free of blemishes, bright in color, red designation. Red, RD coins are worth the most, followed by red-brown, RB, and brown. Ban. Mint circulated, uncirculated, MS60, MS65 RD, 1951, P005, 050 to 3 15 plus 1951, 005, 050 to 3, 20 plus 1951, 005, 075, 525 plus. Note: certified coins graded by PCGS or NGC can command significantly higher prices. Historical value: a piece of early Cold War era history. Artistic merit: classic and iconic American design. Affordable: an entry-level coin for new collectors. Completeness: a necessary piece in a complete wheat cent set. 1909-1958. The 1951 Liberty wheat penny may be small, but it carries a significant historical and cultural legacy. Produced during a transformative period in American history, it reflects a nation's industrial power, artistic identity, and evolving economic system. Whether found in a change jar or displayed in a collector's album, each 1951 wheat penny tells a story. One minted in copper and etched by time. If you'd like a script version for video or podcast narration, or want to include images or valuation charts, I can prepare that as well. 1946 Liberty wheat penny uncirculated. Term Liberty wheat penny is colloquially used. Its correct name is the Lincoln wheat cent. Let's dive into while the 1946 wheat penny, officially called the Lincoln cent, is part of the long-running wheat reverse cent series that was produced by the United States Mint from 1909 to 1958. These coins are often referred to as wheat pennies because of the two stylized wheat stalks that frame the reverse side of the coin. Obverse, front, features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Reverse, back, displays two wheat ears surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Inscriptions: In God We Trust, Liberty, and the year 1946 on the obverse. Composition: 95% copper, percent tin and zinc weight, 3.11 grams. The 1946 Lincoln cent is emblematic of post-World War II optimism and transition. World War II had just ended in 1945. The U.S. economy was shifting from a war footing to peacetime production. The wartime steel cents of 1943 were no longer in use, and copper cents were back in full production. The country was navigating economic restabilization, the GI Bill, and returning soldiers re-entering the workforce. In coinage, this marked a return to more standard minting practices after years of rationing metals for the war effort. In 1946, the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln cent at 3 major minting locations, each identifiable by its mint mark. Most common among the 1946 issues: mintage, approximately 991,655,000 coins. Denver Mint, D mint mark. Mintage, approximately 315,690,000 coins. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. Mintage, approximately 198,100,000 coins. Together, these figures make the 1946 wheat penny one of the most heavily produced years in the wheat cent series, reflecting economic growth and expansion. Circulated 1946 wheat pennies are extremely common. They're often found in old penny jars, coin rolls, and collections passed down through generations. Their typical features in circulation include wear on Lincoln's cheek, jaw, and coat. Flattened, or missing wheat stalk details. Dull or darkened copper color from oxidation. Value: 0.05 to 0.25 in average circulated condition depending on the mint. Uncirculated examples are more collectible and carry greater value. These coins exhibit original red or red-brown luster, have sharp details on both Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks, are graded using the Sheldon scale, mint state from MS60 to MS70. Typical uncirculated values: MS60, red. 1 Q3 MS65, red. 1020 plus MS67, red certified. 100 300 plusers depending on the mint and eye appeal. Red designates full mint luster. Red-brown or brown indicates various degrees of oxidation or aging. Despite high mintage, high-grade red specimens from San Francisco, S, and Denver, D, are significantly scarcer. Proof coins were not produced in 1946, having ceased in 1942 due to wartime resource conservation, resumed in 1950. Many 1946 cents are collected in wheat cent albums for type or date mint sets. The coin holds sentimental value due to its link with the early post-war American spirit. Though not a highly notable year for mint errors, some die cracks, repunched mint marks, RPMs, and off-center strikes are known to exist. 46D RPMs are especially collectible and can fetch a premium among error coin collectors. Off-center and double die varieties, though rare, are sometimes spotted. The 1946 wheat penny is generally not rare, and most circulated coins are only worth a few cents. However, Mass's 66 plus red coins with eye appeal can fetch strong prices at auction. Long-term investment is limited, but it is a staple in entry-level collections and historical sets. Best value is found in certified high-grade uncirculated coins from reputable grading companies, PCGS, NGC. You can find 1946 wheat pennies in circulation globally due to U.S. military presence overseas, post-WWII, export of coins as part of economic aid and military pay. Long lifespan of copper coins means they turn up even today in coin machines, estate sales, and coin rolls. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is a coin rich in American post-war history. Though common in circulated grades, it remains a nostalgic and historical piece for millions of collectors. Whether you're a beginner, a seasoned numismatist, or just inherited a jar of old coins, the 1946 penny is a tangible reminder of a pivotal moment in U.S. and world history. If you'd like, I can help you identify the mint mark or estimate the grade if you upload a photo of your coin. James Buchanan coin from 1857. The coin, often referred to as a James Buchanan coin from 1857, is not a traditional presidential commemorative issued at that time. Rather, it's a modern commemorative that honors James Buchanan, the 15th president of the United States, who took office in 1857. Coins dated 1857 that might relate to Buchanan would be original U.S. coinage minted during the year he became president, but not with his portrait. This analysis covers two distinct categories: actual coins minted in 1857 during Buchanan's first year in office. Modern commemorative coins issued in Buchanan's honor, especially the 2010 presidential $1 Coborn, April 23, 1791, in Cove Gap, Pennsylvania. Died June 1, 1868 presidency, March 4, 1857, March 4, 1861 political party, Democrat. Historical context. Buchanan is often criticized for failing to address the rising tensions between North and South, which culminated in the Civil War shortly after his term. The United States in 1857 consisted of 31 states. The Western territories were still being settled. Buchanan, from Pennsylvania, became president amid increasing national division over slavery. The U.S. Philadelphia Mint was the only operating U.S. mint producing coins in large volume in 1857. New Orleans and San Francisco mints were operational as well, but in smaller capacity. These are not commemorative of Buchanan, but they were minted during the year he became president and hold historical value. Flying Eagle cent, first small cent, replaces large cent. Composition: 88% copper, 12% nickel diameter, 19 millimeter mintage, 17.4 million. Historical note: first year of issue, highly collectible, featuring Lady Liberty seated with a shield. Silver content: 90% silver, 10% copper. Struck in Philadelphia, New Orleans, and San Francisco. 3-cent silver coin composition: 75% silver, Very small and lightweight coin, used primarily for postage. Gold coins, $1, $2.50 quarter eagle, $5 half eagle, $10 eagle, and $20 double eagle minted in multiple locations: Philadelphia, Charlotte, Dahlonega, New Orleans, and San Francisco. These coins do not bear Buchanan's image, but are linked by the timeline. Designer: Phoebe Hemphill Inscriptions. James Buchanan. In God We Trust. 15th President. 1857-1861. Standard for the presidential $1 coin series designer. Don Everhart. 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, 2% nickel weight, 8.1 G diameter, 26.5 mm. Part of the U.S. Mint's presidential $1 coin program. 2007-2016 intended. For circulation, though many were stored or collected, coins were not widely accepted in commerce, so most remain in excellent condition. May show wear on high points, e.g. Buchanan's hair, lettering. Typical value, $1, face value, to $1.25, unless scarce or error coin. Collectors usually do not seek circulated examples unless they're rare. Errors done Mint state grades range from MS60 to MS70, MS65 to MS67 coins are most desirable. Brilliant uncirculated, BU, or Mint state coins. Value, $2 to 4 proof or satin finish versions, sold in U.S. Mint sets. $4 to 10 plus errors, e.g., missing edge lettering, can bring $50 to 250 plus, depending on rarity. Type condition estimated. Value, as of 2025, 1857. Flying Eagle sent good to fine 20, $60 same coin, uncirculated, MST 63 250, 500 plus 20 $10. James Buchanan, 1 circulated $1, 1.25 uncirculated 2, 5 proof, from Mint set, $4, 10 error, coins $50, 250 plus. The so-called James Buchanan coin from 1857 is more accurately understood as either coins minted during Buchanan's presidency, especially in 1857, like the Flying Eagle cent, seeded Liberty silver coins, and gold pieces, which reflect the era. The official James Buchanan presidential $1 coin, a modern coin from 2010, honoring his term. While James Buchanan is not among the most popular U.S. presidents due to his perceived inaction leading up to the Civil War, coins from his era or featuring his image remain interesting for their historical connections and numismatic value. Buy from reputable dealers. For 1857 coins, check for varieties, e.g., small letters versus large letters on Flying Eagle cents. Store in proper holders to avoid tarnishing. Consider grading coins with NGC or PCGS if they're in high mint state condition. If you'd like a PDF version of this guide or a breakdown by coin type with photos and mint mark locations, just let me know. Hello friends, welcome back to SS Coins History. Liberty Quarter Dollar coin from 1989. The 1989 Liberty Quarter Dollar, part of the broader Washington Quarter series, is an iconic piece of American coinage. Struck by the United States Mint, this coin carries not only monetary value but also historical and cultural significance. Though not made of precious metals, its place in daily commerce and coin collecting makes it a valuable artifact of late 20th century America. The Washington Quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was never meant to be permanent, but due to its popularity, it replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and became the standard U.S. quarter design. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a left-facing bust of George Washington, modeled after the bust by sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. By 1989, the Washington Quarter had been circulating for 57 years. It was a year before a major design transition. Just a decade later, in 1999, the U.S. Mint would launch the 50-state quarters program, which drastically changed the design of the reverse side. Thus, the 1989 Liberty Quarter represents one of the final years of the classic Washington Quarter design, before the major redesigns of the 1990s. In 1989, the Washington Quarter was minted in 3 major facilities: Philadelphia Mint, No Mint, marked Denver Mint, marked with a D, San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, for proof coins only. The mint mark can be found on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail, P, Philadelphia. No mint mark is shown, D, Denver, shows a D, S, San Francisco, shows an S, and only issued in proof condition for collectors. Composition, 91.67%, copper, 8.33%, nickel, clad, over a copper core. Diameter, 2426, meter weight, 5.67 grams edge. Reeded. This coin is not made of silver. Silver quarters were last minted for general circulation in 1964. Circulated coins are those used in everyday transactions and show varying degrees of wear, depending on how much use they've seen. Key characteristics of circulated 1989 quarters include wear on Washington's cheekbone and jawline smoothness on the eagle's feathers, reverse. General flattening of fine details in circulated condition. A 1989 quarter typically holds only face value, 25 cents. Though it can be slightly more to a collector seeking a specific date or mint mark. Uncirculated, mint state coins have never been used in circulation. These coins show no signs of wear and retain their original luster. They're often graded using the Sheldon scale from MS-60, basic uncirculated, to MS-70, perfect coin. Characteristics of uncirculated coins include sharp, crisp details, full mint luster, no contact marks or discoloration, only produced at the San Francisco Mint in small numbers, made using special dies and highly polished planchets, mirror-like background, with frosted details. Approximate mintage figures for 1989 are Philadelphia, 512 million, Denver, 896 million, San Francisco, proof, 3 million. These high mintages mean that the 1989 Liberty quarter is common, especially in circulated condition. However, certain mint state and proof examples can still hold collector value. Face value, 0.25 collector value, marginal, 0.30, 0.50, depending on the buyer and condition, MS-60, MS-63, 1-2 MS-64, MS-65, 3-5 MS-66 plus, up to $25-$50 depending on eye appeal, toning, and strike quality value, around 3-7, depending on condition and whether it's a deep cameo. Example note. These are minimum estimated values as of 2025. Prices can vary based on market demand, coin shows, and grading. Though common, the 1989 Liberty quarter appeals to Washington quarter date set collectors, typeset collectors, beginner numismatists due to its affordability. It's often used as an educational tool or a base coin for learning how to grade, identify mint marks, or understand coin luster. Investment-wise, it is not considered a high-value or rare coin, but ultra-high-grade examples and certified proofs, graded PR70, may gain modest value over time. The Washington Quarter Series from 1932 and 1998 retained a nearly unchanged reverse design, a heraldic eagle with outspread wings and a bundle of arrows. This reverse was finally retired in 1999 with the debut of the State Quarters program, which featured new state-specific designs annually. The 1989 Liberty quarter dollar may not be rare or made of silver, but it holds its place in American coin history. It reflects a time just before sweeping changes in